It's about that time. It is indeed about time to talk about dream killers. Everybody who's ever wanted to make sure that their dreams come true, I hope that you will participate. I think, I thought I saw Miss Washington. I was saying, if Miss Washington does come in, I want to make sure that that I can't see you all on social media once I start the webinar. So I encourage you to go now to afroeconomics.com/events and make sure that you are able to fully participate by getting into the webinar. But that's up to you. That's up to you. But people in the webinar have more fun. They do. They're over there just having a great time. And they can chat with me. They can ask me Q&A. They can do lots of stuff. So we're going to make sure that we get that. I like to get started right on our promised time. So once again, thank you so much to all of you that are checking it out on social media. You'll be simulcasting, and I'll be focusing on the participants in the webinar. Yeah, I don't know the screen behind us. That's AfroEconomics.com behind us. And I also am going to record, and I will share it in the AfroEconomics with JB Bryan YouTube channel. Let me make sure I don't hear myself twice. That's not fun. Thanks, everyone, for participating. Thank you for being early. Thank you for your chatting in advance. I appreciate you, Ms. Ponder. Indeed. You saw me start off with the Jackson 5. I know you're young. You don't even know who they are. Like your parents probably played. They said they played it for you during Black History Month, right? Indeed. Thank you so much to all of you for your membership and for participating, because we all deserve to make sure that we fight back against the dream killers. And we're talking specifically about reaching our financial goals individually, our financial goals. And we realize that there's a lot of negativity every time. Unfortunately, it appears that every time you'll start to just consciously focus on reaching a specific goal or accomplishing a particular thing. And when I think about it, like in my book, I write about in the entrepreneurship chapter and in the 10 principles of AfroEconomics, the 7th principle is the fearless entrepreneur. And I talk about dream killers when it comes to entrepreneurship. And I say dream killers, they are everywhere. You might not have a good support system such as family and friends, but don't let that get you down. You know, there have been a lot of people throughout my career who have said, and I remember, that look, not too long ago, being in my 20s and starting my investment advisory firm, and people saying, you're too young, you should wait, don't do it now. All of these, bits of great advice that to now I don't ever hear anyone say you started your firm and you were too young. So I want to tell you that if you can fight against the dream killers and win, you will be ahead of the game, and you will grow up and be glad that you fought back. So make sure that you check out the book and that you check out to the section on don't listen to the dream killers. They are everywhere. We have to fight back. And so some key points, because I don't have you long. I want you to go on and enjoy the rest of your evening. Some key points I want you to write down. These are your notes for today, how we're going to fight back, some things I want to bring to your attention, and not the basics, because we always talk about, now, if you don't pay your taxes, that's a dream killer. If you accumulate too much debt, that's a dream killer. So that's the easy stuff. But what I want us to talk about are things like procrastinating with solving those problems. The problem is not the problem. The problem is not addressing the problem, not doing what you have to do to solve it. Procrastinating, saying I'll get to it later. That is a major dream killer, is putting off until tomorrow what you must do today. And then a second dream killer. Now, if any of you have any dream killers out there and that you have some suggestions, you thought about it, you were thinking, I want you to make sure that you raise your hand in the webinar. I know y'all get all quiet on me, but there's quite a few of you out there. So we have no excuse for not one of you being an extrovert and sharing with the world. You know, Miss Person, Miss Felder, y'all, hey, Ms. Williams, y'all share what you feel is a major dream killer and how you conquered it and how you overcame, or how others, or what you've seen happen to other people and how you can help the world. So I have one that says those, oh, there's going, oh, you're so nice. Look at that. We have, I'm going to go up, and then I know. Thank you so much. I know you don't want to, one participant said, I don't want to do it all the time. Y'all make the same people do it. So if you've never done it before, make sure you ask the question, or at least chat in your specific question. So we talked about procrastination is a major dream killer. What about fear? Fear. That's why the seventh principle of AfroEconomics is the fearless entrepreneur, right? Because everybody can say what they want to start. Procrastination stops it. I'm going to start. I will, maybe, I might, but it's that fear that stops them. That's that fear that really causes the procrastination. I believe that if you were fearless and you had your confidence and everything together, and you weren't afraid of the worst case scenario, because dream killers are always going to tell you something that's going to make you terrified. To tell me that I'm too young to start a business, that over 20 years ago, I mean, you can't change that. You know what I'm saying? That's like saying, there's one thing you cannot change is your age and your race, your sex, but generally these are some things that if you decide that you're going to be afraid about it, or you're going to use it, like even, being too old to start a business, or being too old to switch jobs, or being too old to do whatever it is that you dream of doing, make sure you do it. Like, I have a girlfriend and she cannot see. Like most visually impaired people, and they call them blind, they see shadows, they can see things, they see figures or what. My girlfriend cannot see. She did skydiving completely blind, without hesitation, jumped from an airplane with her seeing eye dog. Yes. Now that is indeed fearless. Yes, indeed. Yeah. So, we have to make sure that we address, like, what exactly is frightening us? Am I procrastinating because I'm afraid? And why am I afraid? And that's why I created the AfroEconomics, that membership, the entrepreneurship membership, because as entrepreneurs, we have special questions. Like when I started my business, I'm just using my dream as an example, because each of you have your dream. But if you won't share with me your dream, then I have to keep talking about my dream. But a dream of entrepreneurship, if you can get into a situation where you're working with an entrepreneur and you're working with me, you have an advantage that I didn't have, because I didn't have another entrepreneur to run my ideas by, to talk about financial situations, to get an understanding of different corporate structures, to talk about benefits, all that stuff that we talk about as members. But I say all that to say that by education and getting the information, that's what gets rid of the fear, I hope. That getting the knowledge, like the first principle, the second principle of AfroEconomics, knowledge, that allows us to, increase our confidence, hopefully get rid of the procrastination, and eliminate the fear, right? Eliminate the fear. So a third killer of dreams is just doubting yourself, just being insecure. And just not feeling confident. So I should really say just a lack of confidence. Now, I think that there's a difference between lack of confidence and being afraid. There's a difference, but I feel that sometimes you can be overly confident, but not competent, and they need to be afraid because they don't know what they're doing, and they're confident, but they don't have competence, and that's scary. But by doing it the right way and but the most frightening situation that we see all too often in our community is being competent, but allowing insecurities and self-doubt to kill your dream. It's not what that person said about you that really stopped you. It was the doubt that you had in yourself. Like, I always wanted to go to a military academy, and my family member told my brother, he said, "Oh, you're not strong enough. You can't do that." And for years I thought, well, and then my father agreed, yeah, you probably wouldn't like that, So I just kind of went along because of my own lack of confidence and insecurity. And of course, being, 10th grade or something, having this discussion, that it was hard. And my brother had gone to an academy. So I took his, opinion over my own and over my own desire. But one thing I can tell you, that since that happened, I can't think of another situation where I allowed anybody to inject their doubt in me into me. No, we cannot allow that to happen anymore. We just can't. Yeah, we have to allow, we just have to continue to develop our skills and our talent and get our knowledge of what our dream is and what we want. Get our knowledge and our information and our competence so strong that we'll be fearless, that we will not procrastinate, that we will not doubt ourselves or be insecure about things. And then another dream killer is your habits. Now, that it is your financial habits that create the challenges that stop you from being able to do what you want to do. So you hate the job, you want to quit, but you keep going into debt, and you do this shopping therapy, this spending therapy as a way to deal with not following your dream. But you're also blocking yourself in because you're forcing yourself to have to stay in a position of working somewhere because you can't afford to leave. You can't afford. I mean, this is just an example of what happens, when you're allowing your habits to stop you from following your dream. No, nobody gave you that habit. It's nobody else's fault that you have a habit of not going to sleep and getting to your assignment. You're trying to be a photographer on weekends, and you're going out and you're getting drunk and you're getting to the weddings late, and it becomes a habit, and you can't get any referrals because you picked up these bad habits. You have a habit of not paying your taxes. You have a habit of not doing your tax return. You have a habit of not paying your bills on time. You have a habit. See, these are habits that are killing your ability and capacity to follow your dream. And they jack you up because they make everything cost more. Because then you have to pay all these interests and penalties and late charges and all of these things that add up. So it's not really, I haven't even said really the majority of our dream killers are not people. Every time you think about dream killer, we're always thinking about, people and what somebody did, and my boss wouldn't give me that raise, and, I couldn't find any customers and all these things. Those aren't the dream killers. It's your habits, the lack of confidence, the procrastination, the insecurities, habits could just go a long, long, long way into making sure. You can have some really good habits. Really, really good habits lead to fulfilled dreams. So we take those habits that are killing our dreams and we turn them into habits that are helping us build our dreams. And then another point is about a dream killer is, your experiences, things that happen, allowing the things that happen in your past to become baggage, and they kill your even possibility of like just let's say, for example, like, I'm talking about baggage here. Like your baggage is a dream killer. Bad baggage. Say you had a family member that started a business and they never paid back their money, or you had a parent that had a business and they could never pay their bills, and they were always late to everything. And, your experience with entrepreneurship was just so negative that even though you want to start a business, you've convinced yourself that you can't do it. Or, that you have a family member that worked somewhere and they were just always broke. So you just decided that you're going to take that baggage with you, and you decided that you're always broke. But they're not always broke because they work. They're always broke because they are living beyond their means. They're wasting their money. They're broke because of their habit that's killing their dream of being financially secure. Your dream may be to be financially secure. You do not have to leave your current job in order to have financial security. But if you do not have financial security, you have to change your current habits. True? Truly? True? Thank you. Someone said, I really like that. I really like you. Thank you. So let's look at some final points. Do y'all have, someone said, fear, false evidence appearing real. We have to believe in what we know to step out on faith. Thank you, Ms. Felder. MGW. Wow, my own ignorance. I wish I knew what that went with. Exactly. And agreed. Yes, indeed. So if you have a habit that is, no, if you don't have a habit, but you know of a habit, because you don't have it. But if you know of a dream killer that has become habitual, or a dream killer that is hurting you, your family, or has hurt a family member, please share it here. Any question, that when you heard this topic, you thought, yeah, that's real. That's real. Because we're talking about these massive dream killers are not like just these obvious things that we're thinking about, that it's just always a person, but it's actually how we maximize our own use of our opportunities in overcoming bad habits, increasing our confidence, increasing our competence, not procrastinating, doing it now versus later, and avoiding these bad financial habits that will slow you down from reaching your goals as well. Taking on too much. Surf said, taking on too much. And please expand on that. But taking on too much debt, indeed. Just feeling being overwhelmed or being stressed out is a dream killer. Because being stressed out constantly is when, will lead to health problems, and health problems will lead to you not being able to fulfill your dream of being financially independent. And then MGW said, I'm older now with limited funds, a larger than average family size, and limited time. Yep. And that's Cindy. So tell me more. So I don't feel like I have time to do what I know I must do. That's deep. That's called procrastination, MGW. You are younger than you will be tomorrow. You need to know that. And your family is getting larger regardless of what you see as, we're all older than we used to be, but you've decided. So that's, you've decided to adapt that mindset that your particular age is old, but we're all like, you're 5 years old, you're older than someone else. You might be 70 and you're older than 60, but you're not as old as 80. And I got clients in their 90s. So that are of sound mind. And that's going to become more and more common, I hope, that we're going to be self-sufficient, driving ourselves around, taking care of ourselves, into up until 100 years old and beyond. So we have to make sure that we create better habits, that we keep a better mindset, that we do not procrastinate. MGW, we have no time to waste. Today is the best day. This is it. This is it. So if the fact that you're acknowledging that you're putting off and you don't feel like you have time means that you have to take time. You have to sit down and develop a strategy. Call me. Let's do this. Do we have enough time? Not enough time is an illusion. Thank you, Ms. Williams. Yes, indeed. Just decide how you want to spend your time. Decide how you want to spend it. That is so right, and that's from a professional counselor. You never know who we have, So definitely, I know that she probably hears that all the time. And people are, I want to do this, but I just don't have enough time. I want to do this every time. That's probably, procrastination is real. Doubting yourself is real. And it is just like she mentioned, an illusion. So look, he said, I receive that. Please receive that. Receive also that that you're much younger than you think you are. I'm appreciating the wisdom here. Thank you both. Oh, we appreciate you. Yes, indeed. But I want to make sure before you all leave me that some key points I had here, which is relevant to what we were discussing. Recognizing your procrastination. It's a real problem for most of us. Recognize when we're doing it, right? They said, that we have to first acknowledge and accept a problem, and then we work immediately on that solution. So recognize that you're procrastinating on your goal of becoming debt free, or your goal of getting your financial house in order, your goal of getting the school loans manageable so that you can, do what you need to do, or your goal of getting a new car, your goal of whatever your financial goal is. Realize that in most cases, too many cases, you're procrastinating on making it better. You want your credit score to be better? We have to make, expeditiously, we have to take steps to make it different. You have to get help. For many people, it takes joining AfroEconomics, getting the credit report, breaking it down item by item, whatever it is, procrastinating, just getting the help that you need, and the only first step is for you to accept that this is something that I want to change. As Ms. Williams said, we have enough time, not enough time is an illusion. It's an illusion. So become inspired. Get inspired about killing off the dream killers. In most cases, we are the dream killers, right? Get rid of whatever the mindset is that's stopping you from having the complete freedom and peace that you deserve by feeling that every day you're doing something towards of completing or obtaining your life's purpose that God gave you. Definitely. So become inspired about you. Remove anything in your life that you feel is stopping you from, and that means it might involve, you removing you from doing the wrong things. Like every Friday you're shopping, or every Friday, you know that you have no money, and every Friday you still have to go out and spend $200-300 in restaurants and clothes and shopping, for some sort of superficial living beyond your means therapy, and that's not in your budget. Don't do it. You got to go on these extreme trips all the time. Try walking through the park. If you, whatever, just make sure that you take personal responsibility and removing all the barriers to your financial success. In many cases, that could be you, that could be a cousin, that could be a brother, sister. It could be, a spouse that you have to remove from the bill paying process because they don't pay bills on time. You don't have to get a divorce because that's extremely expensive, but maybe they need to be removed from that particular responsibility because they're a barrier between your family's financial freedom. And you're going to have to work through that. You have to work through it. Create a budget. Create a budget. Make sure that you realize that in order for you to change your financial situation, in order to change these dream killers and get rid of them, in order to obtain the dream, that having a budget, a lifestyle that is within or below your means can be really real. It's real. It can be extremely helpful. So make sure that you learn how to manage your money and manage your money well. And then always make sure that you realize that once you change the way you see things, as we shared, that saying that you don't have enough time, or saying that I'll do things later, or saying I'll address that dream killer tomorrow, is about your mindset. So your mind has to be positive. Your mind has to be proactive. Your mind has to be focused. Your mind has to be clear, and you have to just, meditate on whatever you need to do in order to establish a better understanding of what are my dream killers, and be woman or man enough to accept that it just might be something that you're doing, and make sure you correct it. So thank you so much, everybody. Thank you. Thank you for your wise words. Thank you for your comments. Please, please, please let me know right now before I close this out if you have any questions about dream killers, dream killers. And I just want you to take personal responsibility for making sure that your dreams come true. Not whatever society has decided for us is our dreams, or what our dreams should be. That's not a dream. Like that's a plan that the society decided for you before. But your dream is you're something uniquely in your mind. And I want you to have enough confidence to bring it forward and get the help if you need it to make it happen and make the changes that are necessary. But thank you. So as an AfroEconomics member, we are accountability partners to ourselves. So as an AfroEconomics member, you are an accountability partner to members. Exactly is the question. Yes, indeed. That is exactly the way I feel it is. And we go out of our way to make sure that each member is told about all the stuff that we have. We have membership meetings every week. Because it's about being accountable. It's about keeping in touch with each other. It's about my members helping and making sure that I'm providing what they need. It is tax time right now. I've looked at so many tax returns from members, but that's what I asked you to do. So send me the PDF if you're a member and you want, to get an opinion on the tax return before you send it in. Let me look at it before you send it in. It's amazing. So, and it makes a big difference. And we're finding, alternatives and errors and corrections, and it's real. It's real. So yes, AfroEconomics membership is about building each other up and being accountable, and basically building. Dream builder versus dream killer, right? AfroEconomics is a dream builder. How long should it take to get a nonprofit off the ground? One person asked. I mean, seriously? Go on and ask something that's a whole different topic, don't you? But it's totally impossible to say how long it will take to get anything off the ground. I'm sure, but I do tell you one thing, and that this is what just came to my mind, is that it really doesn't take that long to start anything. Like all you have to do is start it, fill out the forms and establish a nonprofit, or send it in and apply for a nonprofit, or just, do what is required. And then one day you get it and you are a nonprofit. But it is all of the steps that you do, and the doubting and the complaining and running it by other people that have no idea what you're talking about, never had a nonprofit, not know anything about running businesses or a nonprofit. They don't know. All of the time that you spend on them is time wasted on you can be starting your business. So it doesn't take a lot of time to start anything, because we can start something tomorrow. Like you might not have the 501(c) status tomorrow, but it can be your entity that will soon be a nonprofit can be started right now, boom, that's it. Just do it. do it. Yes, indeed. But all of the things or house low or whatever you do or any procrastinating that you do, that's what makes starting it so long. But it's starting it is that I'm started. Boom. Just start. If that makes sense. You just do it. I want to do it. You know what I mean? Don't even say I want to do it. Say I have established a nonprofit and I'm sending in the paperwork tonight. You might even be able to be pushed in online. I mean, just sit down and do it and it's done. So I would say, how long does it take to start a nonprofit and get it off the ground? I would say about as long as it takes you to do the paperwork. Yep. So how long should it take to, thank you, that helps me to not procrastinate. That's right. We don't have time to procrastinate. Yes, indeed. But thank you all so much. As you all know, I am JB Bryan, the creator of AfroEconomics and the president and chief investment officer of JB Bryan Financial Group, a registered investment advisory firm in Virginia, Maryland, Washington, D.C., and New York. Please get the information on all of the events that we have coming up. The next most exciting event, other than the webinars that I'm going to be having, is on April 21st, Black Women of Excellence in D.C., the nation's capital. So please let me know if you are registered and are participating right now and would like a complimentary ticket for the brunch on the 21st. Please email me. All members come absolutely free anyway, but I'm gonna have some good food and we're gonna do some good exchanges, and it's just gonna be time for girls to talk about financial empowerment and how excellent we are indeed. We try, don't we, ladies? We try. So Black Women of Excellence, April 21st. I'll be at Metropolitan Baptist Church in Virginia, Petersburg, Virginia, this Saturday. So, and that is a free luncheon. So make sure that you email me if you want additional information on that, and the church will contact you. You all be blessed. What about the dudes? The dudes is in June. We have the Black Man and His Money. Yes, indeed. So yeah, we definitely can't forget the brothers because they are the backbone of AfroEconomics indeed. So Ms. Williams says she plans to be there on the 21st. Yes, indeed. I hope you all are as well. It's the smiling faces and the confidence and the joy that makes it all worthwhile. I tell you, it's priceless, y'all, to live your dream. And I thank you all for making it possible so that I can do this. I just thank God for the opportunity. You know, I just am grateful every day of my life to be able to live my dream and take care of my daughter. You know, that's everything I ever asked him for. So thank you all so much. Sandy raised her hand. Do you want to talk? She goes, everybody, look, Sandy, how did I miss you? Look, the Sandy, I don't know, allowed to talk. Okay. I just pushed in.
Hello.
How you doing, Sandy?
Good, Neil. Got a question. You mentioned that you would do
I don't know, but I don't know, but I'm trying to let you talk, Sandy, but please make sure you email me at jb@jbbryan.com. Okay, and I will definitely address any questions. It's good to see you. Well, I almost saw you. But I can't hear you.
Now I'm muted. Okay. All right. Can you
hear
me now?
You might be typing, but
I was trying to type.
But Sandy, thank you.
Okay. All right.
I thank you so much for everything. I thank all of you. Y'all have a good night. God bless you so much. And I will talk to you all next week and on Sunday and on the members only on Friday. God bless y'all. Good night. Thank you.